I was Ranger qualified, having gone through that in 1966. I was an advisor in '69, and the only other kind of training I had prior to being assigned to the Ranger Battalion was I went through the Matter Unit Sector course in Fort Bragg, in which I picked up about a 600-word vocabulary. I think anybody who goes through Ranger School feels a kinship to a Ranger as a Ranger, whether or not he was in the regiment itself or whether he served like I did overseas with the South Vietnamese Ranger Battalion, or whether he just went through Ranger School and then is assigned to a unit, a leg or a mech or an airborne unit somewhere else in the States and never serves in a Ranger unit. I think there's still that kinship and allegiance to them. I really got a lot out of it, and primarily I guess volunteered for it and went to the school because I was a reserve officer, and a lot of the regular guys were going. I said, hey, I can do anything they can do, so I signed up to go, and I went, and I thought it was a super course. If I didn't learn anything else out of it, and maybe I learned enough to keep me from getting killed in Vietnam, but I thought it was a super course for self-insight. You can throw everything else out of the way and just learn what you are capable of doing, which you may not be aware of until you're put to the test. Rangers were organized in Vietnam in battalion and company-sized units. They were operated as a battalion primarily. I was an American who was airborne Ranger qualified, and I asked to be assigned to the Rangers when I got to Vietnam, and by the luck of the draw, they assigned me to the Ranger Battalion in I Corps. We were the first Ranger group, consisted of the 39th Ranger Battalion, which I became the senior advisor to, the 21st Ranger Battalion, and the 37th Ranger Battalion made up the first Ranger group in I Corps. And basically, we worked out of Quang Da Special Zone, which was a kind of a free fire zone. Anybody out there was the bad guy, which was owned by the Marine Corps. But we worked there out of the Marine Corps AO, and they just let us go out there and play in it, so to speak. These were Vietnamese Ranger battalions, and in a particular battalion I was a senior advisor as an American. I had a combat warrant officer, Australian, okay. I had an E6 sergeant, okay, American, and I had a Spec 4 radio operator. So basically there were the four of us and about 400 Vietnamese Rangers. The black tigers is the emblem that the Vietnamese Rangers had, you know, as part of their uniform. We wore it on our shoulder. We also had it on the helmets. And so when you said the black tigers, everybody knew you were talking about the Vietnamese Rangers, and that's who they were. Being a Ranger means to me a guy who will lay it on the line if he has to, but a patriotic, let's serve my country, do the best I can, want to be and am, you know, the best, a Ranger.